Okay, time is 6 p.m. and the Pharr Planning and Zoning Board will come to order. First item is roll call.
Danny Wiley,
Present.
Charlie Ramirez, Jonathan Laraga,
Present.
Romeo Robles,
Present.
Rafael Munguia, Luis Madrigal, Andy Castro.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Have a motion for the absentees?
I'll make a motion, Chairman, to excuse the folks who are absent today.
Mr. Robles, second. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Okay, approval of the minutes. Review the minutes, please.
Mr. Chairman, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, second.
Second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, public hearing.
Good evening. Christina Garcia with the City of Pharr, Senior Planner. Tonight we have 3 items for your consideration. The first item is Fernando R. Mendoza, DBA Tres Hermanos Drop Yard LLC, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a conditional use permit to allow a parking facility in a limited industrial district. The property is legally described as being all of Lot 3B, re-subdivision of Lot 3, Spammer Business Park, Pharr, Texas. The property's physical address is 1800 West Las Milpas Road. The property is currently zoned Limited Industrial District LI. The surrounding area is zoned Limited Industrial District to the north, east, and west, and Limited Industrial District and Agriculture and/or Open Space District AO to the south. The area is generally designated for single-family residential use in the land use plan. Fire, Code Compliance, and Planning Division all recommend approval of the conditional use permit. 8 surrounding property owners were notified of the request by letter, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received no response to the letters or to the legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval of the request for a conditional use permit to allow a parking facility in a limited industrial district LI, subject to the conditions as noted in your packet.
Okay, this item requires a public hearing. Is there anyone signed up that lives in the area directly affected by this item? Speak for or against it?
Yes, Santiago Alanis.
Step forward, sir.
Not for this one.
No, sir. Not for this
Oh,
item.
I'm sorry.
Not for this one? Okay, then none?
I'm a member of the public.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Open the item up for board discussion.
Sure. Mr. Chairman, I would like to move to the executive session, please.
Okay. Okay, again, closed session, in accordance in Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code, Section 551.071 through 551.087. City of Pharr Planning and Zoning Commission members hereby give notice that we're going to closed session. Thank you. Time is 6:03. And we'll continue with the board discussion. Any further discussion? None? Okay, let me close the board discussion, open the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve CUP number 181178, since it meets all of the city requirements for a parking lot.
Okay, second.
I second.
Mr. Robles, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Our second item is Los Bandidos Mexican Grill and Sports Bar has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a conditional use permit and late hours permit to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption in a general business district C. The property is legally described as being a 0.06 acre tract of land, more or less out of Lot 188, Valle de la Primavera subdivision in Pharr, Texas. The property's physical address is 6903 South Jackson Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The surrounding area is Zone C to the north and south, Single Family Residential District R1 to the east, and Pharr city limits lie to the west. The area is generally designated for commercial use in the land use plan. The police chief and fire department recommend approval of the conditional use permit, as well as the planning division. Code compliance and health division, inspection is pending for the conditional use permit. 37 surrounding property owners were notified of the request by letter, and a legal notice was published in the Advanced News Journal. Staff received no response to the letters or to the legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval of the conditional use permit and late hours permit to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption in a general business district C, subject to the applicant and site being in compliance with all city ordinances and city department requirements. This item is also scheduled to go before the City Commission meeting of December 17, 2018 at 4 p.m.
Is there any representation from the applicant?
Yes.
You'd like to say anything at this point?
You have to come up
You need to
yourself.
come up to the...
Just state your name and address.
My name is Manuel Lince, and I live in Hidalgo in 401 South 23rd Street. I don't know if you have any questions for me, or what should I say? It's the first time I come to one of these meetings.
Okay. No, if you have anything to say on your behalf or the,
Not at this moment.
nothing? Okay, thank you then.
Thank you.
Okay, let me close the public hearing and open it up for board discussion.
I have a question. What's the hours of operation?
Yes.
We're planning on opening from Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. And Friday and Saturday extended hours until 2 p.m. And I'm sorry, on Sundays it's also going to be from 11 till 12.
Okay, thank you.
No further discussion? Okay, let me close the board discussion, open floor for any motions.
I'll move to approve.
Second,
I second the motion.
Mr. Lopez, second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Our third item, the City of Pharr, for the betterment of the city, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from single-family residential district R1 to heavy commercial district HC. The subject site is located on the south side of East Clark Avenue, with the property's physical address being 200 East Clark Avenue. The property is legally described as all of lots 1 through 7, block 27, and a part of a 20-foot alley right-of-way, which is abandoned, of the Pharr Original Townsite subdivision in Pharr, Texas. The property fronts East Clark Avenue, and it's a 50 to 60 local street that runs east and west with a posted speed limit of 20 to 30 miles per hour, as identified in the city's of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property is currently zoned single-family residential district R1. The surrounding properties are zoned single-family residential district R1 to the north and heavy commercial district HC to the south, east, and west. The property is generally designated for public, semi-public use in the land use plan. On June 15, 1982, the subject property, as well as the properties to the north, south, east, and west, were zoned to single-family residential district R1 when the city adopted the current zoning ordinance used today. There have been no other zoning requests within the general vicinity of the subject property since that time. The City of Pharr, Texas is requesting a change of zone to heavy commercial district HC, again for the betterment of the city. The heavy industrial commercial district is described as noted in your packet, but that also involves large volumes of truck traffic, outside operations, and storage of materials and equipment, either for sale or as part of the business, excessive noise from heavy service operations, and any other possible blind lighting influences. 16 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners, and the legal notice was published in the Advanced News Journal. Staff did receive 2 walk-ins, one that was against and one for information only. Development Services is recommending approval of the request to rezone to heavy commercial district HC, as the property meets area requirements and has adequate ingress and egress. If approved, must comply with all city ordinances and city department requirements. This item is also scheduled to go before the City Commission meeting of December 17, 2018 at 4 p.m. If approved, if the zoning is approved, it has, disregard that.
Okay. This item requires a public hearing. Is there anybody signed up that lives in the area and will be directly affected for this item? Speak for or against it?
I signed up,
Yes, Santiago.
Dr. Fletcher, hold on. You're not in the area? We cannot stand the interruptions. If you continue with the interruptions, you will be removed from this meeting. You understand? Okay, thank you. One more time and you're gone. Go ahead.
Santiago Alanis.
Come on forward, yes, sir. Identify yourself and your address.
My name is Santiago Lanis at 121 East Clark. Members of the P&Z Board, fellow citizens, good afternoon. As I stated, my name is Santiago Lanis, and I stand before you as a concerned citizen today. I was born and raised in Pharr. My family has owned the house and property where I now reside at 121 East Clark for over 70 years. My concern is for the safety and well-being of not just my family and my young daughter, but for my neighbors who are geriatrics, who have lived there almost as long as my family has. By allowing heavy cargo, 18-wheelers, box trucks, and the storing of flammable liquids, chemicals, and solvents that goes with that industry, our safety is now in question. When you look at the safety failures, such as the one that occurred in the city of West Texas near Waco a few years ago, where the improper storing of ammonium nitrate caused the horrific explosion where 15 people died, 160 were injured, and more than 150 homes and buildings destroyed or damaged, I question just how safe we will be a mere 200 yards away. We hear the phrase safety first, but yet accidents happen all the time. Must we wait until someone is injured or killed before addressing issues such as this? Can we not be proactive and ensure with 100% certainty this will not happen by denying this zoning change? As the property in question currently stands, owned by the city does not abide by its own ordinances. Grass has been allowed to grow 2 to 3 feet high in certain instances when it should not be more than 12 inches. Fences with gaping holes, cyclone fences I should say, and structural damage that has become an eyesore sit idly by. If the city sets a precedent of not following its own rules, what reasons do the next owners have to do any different? Currently, less than 100 yards from my front door is a produce transportation company that wants to buy this property. 18-wheelers, heavy reefer trucks, refrigerated trucks that run 24/7 when parked across the street, and rotting produce fill the street and air around our neighborhood. There is no wall that acts as a barrier to us or any neighbors. While during the day, the hustle and bustle drowns out the cacophony of noise, at 6 a.m., nothing else drowns out the crash, boom, and bang that occurs when they are working on maintenance on these large trucks out in the open, as there is no enclosed facilities to house them. Currently, it is not listed as required to have a barrier or buffer wall. I implore you to reconsider that decision and require that a wall at least be put up between the neighborhood and this heavy industry. Heavy industry in residential areas will allow heavy trucks, 18-wheelers, to travel along residential roads and become the norm. There is only one entrance into 200 East Clark Avenue, which would facilitate these trucks going through there. We're talking about trucks so large that they would not know if they have sideswiped a vehicle.
Mr. Alanis, your time is up.
Thank you for your time and consideration in our concerns.
Thank you. Anybody else?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, we'll close the public hearing, open up the item for board discussion. Staff is, this gentleman got with y'all and expressed his concerns. Have y'all talked about this?
I believe he's met with staff.
Chairman, yes, he has met with staff. Staff has explained the reasonings why we're changing the zone.
Okay. Any other questions? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
I'll go ahead and make a motion motion, Mr. Chairman, to accept COZ 181177 since it meets the city requirements as well.
Okay, second.
Second.
Mr. Castro, second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Heriberto Martinez, Planner 2 for the City of Pharr. Tonight, we have two items before you, two plat approvals. First item, applicant M. Garcia Engineering, LLC, representing Darrell Johnson, a Attic 11 Limited Partnership, a Texas Limited Partnership, is requesting preliminary and final plat approval of the proposed A Attic 11 subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 4.957 acre tract of land situated in Lot 202 Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1200 block of West Ridge Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The adjacent zones are Agricultural Open Space District AO to the north, High Density Multifamily District R4, and Agricultural Open Space District AO to the east, Medium Density Multifamily District R3 to the south, and High Density Multifamily District R4 to the west. The property is designated for commercial and multifamily residential use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, storage units, variances not requested. The Development Service recommends preliminary and final plat approval of the proposed A Attic 11 subdivision subject to the following conditions set before you. Also, this item will go before the City Commission meeting on December the 17th, 2018 at 4 p.m. And we do have representation for this item.
Okay, thank you. This item does not require a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open up the item for board discussion. Questions? None? Okay, close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept SB 181135 since it meets any of the city requirements that we have.
Okay, second.
Second.
Mr. Castro seconded. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Next item, applicant CLH Engineering, Inc., representing Ricardo Abreu, is requested final plat approval of the proposed Quisqueya Park subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 3.42 acres out of Lot 8, Block 4, A.J. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1200 block of West Minnesota Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The adjacent zones are General Business District C to the north and south, and Agricultural Open Space District AO to the east and west. The property is designated for multifamily residential use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, indoor tennis courts facility. Variances none requested. Development Services recommends final plat approval of the proposed Quisqueya Park subdivision subject to the following conditions set before you. Also, this item will go before the City Commission meeting on December the 17th, 2018 at 4 p.m.
Okay, thank you. This item does not require a public hearing, so I'll open the item up for board discussion. No board discussion? Okay, we close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve.
Okay, second?
Second.
Jonathan? Okay, all those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, thank you. Next item is announcements and other business?
None, sir.
None? Okay. Only one left is adjournment. I have a motion for adjournment.
I move to adjourn, Chairman.
Okay, second? Second. Jonathan, all those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.